Okay, so here we are at a Taste of Cavan, and wandering around, I've bumped into Deputy Joe O'Reilly. Joe O'Reilly, you're very welcome here.
Thank you, Anya. Good afternoon to you, and good to see you here, and to see you doing very, very well. I gather you're reaching many countries now, is it?
211 countries.
211 countries, and a huge number of hits. I'm delighted for you.
We're reaching out to the people like New York, New Zealand, Australia, everywhere like that. They're keen into our programs and watching them.
Fabulous, great one, and that's just wonderful.
So they're able to keep in touch with home and things like that. And just to give them a taste of what today was like, did you enjoy today?
Absolutely. I think this is phenomenal success here. I think the exhibitors deserve great credit. It's a wonderful showcase of the beautiful food and the many people who do wonderful things with food in the County Cavan. I think the exhibitors, they're very happy with the response they're getting. There's been 20,000 people have passed through here since yesterday morning, and that in itself is enormous. It's a real festival atmosphere. It's developing pride in our county. People are proud of the wonderful food that's here, and the people selling the food here and showcasing it are getting new customers. They're creating an awareness of it. And I even noticed at home in my own family, we were here of course last year, and we were around all the stalls, and I remember since that, when we go into supermarkets and shops, we're conscious of buying Cavan products.
Aware.
More aware and aware of Cavan products.
I don't know if you heard a lady speak earlier. Her name was Rachel Gaffney, and she said that abroad, in America especially, that the notion of Irish food was cabbage and bacon. So they were horrified with that. And I think if anybody was visited here today, looking in here today over the internet as well, that's not the story at all. We've got fine beef, we've got free-range chickens, we've got fantastic vegetables and everything like that, as free-range and as organic as you can get, and that puts a different twist on food, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Anya, and I think you're so correct about that. The range of food, what people are doing, the value-added factor that they're giving food, beautiful food to taste. I've been around all the stands. I don't need a tea this evening. It's been wonderful going around and sampling the food, and as you said, there's a huge range there and very sophisticated cooking and a great diversity, and I think it's something to be so proud of.
And Ireland, being the small country that it is that we can have farmers to market to the table, and it's all traceable. It's all you can find out where, this is fantastic meat, where can I get it? Isn't that part of the bargain as well, part of the package as well?
Absolutely. I think that's a huge attraction for all of the exhibitors here, and of all of the food that's here, that it is traceable, that it's grown in virtually organic conditions, if you like, excellent condition, grassland, very sound grassland, very little pollution, virtually none, and all of that is good, and clean environment. So our food is good, and I think there's a developing middle class, particularly in Asia and the Pacific, and there's a new purchasing power out there, a new consciousness of quality food, and I think that will create a wider market, and I think the potential to export is enormous. I mean, there's in excess of 1,800 people, 1,804, I think it's 1,840 people working in 21 food processing places in this county. I mean, there are 5,250 farms in this county, and I suppose it's a reasonable assumption that up to 15,000 people in this county directly farm. So if you take them and the in excess of 1,800 who work in food processing.
It's another industry.
It's a huge industry. So it's so relevant, so important to Cavan. There's 74 million of farm income generated every year, and 340 million is the figure that's generated by the agri-food sector in this county, and this money by what's exported every year from this county. So it's just of phenomenal importance. And you know, Anya, people say to me, and it's reasonable and legitimate, and why wouldn't they, when I meet them, God, Joe, could you get more foreign investors into Cavan? And of course we try that all the time, and we're constantly working at that. But here we have indigenous food, indigenous producers, indigenous chefs, some very high-ranking chefs.
Service food everywhere.
Service everywhere. And here we have a huge industry in here, and I think, we should revel in this, celebrate this, encourage this, and help this to grow and help this to exist. And by all means, we do the other things as well. But this is really what Cavan is. This is Cavan.